end of the day, nobody cares what we're going through, how your body feels. Nobody cares. We gotta do our job. I got your back, you got mine. Nobody cares, man. We gotta go. And before practice, during practice, after practice, we're always just trying to push whoever's listening. That is it fair? No, because I want to have emotions about things. I want to think about things as a human being. But you're going to hold true to what you believe, and you're going to hold true to who you are, and you're going to be that person, whether it's easy or it's not. For us, from a football aspect, our mindset is we're going to be ready to play. That's for sure. Whatever your role is, do it to the best of your ability, and it's got to be like nothing ever happened. And so it's hard sometimes. Life sucks, and it's hard. But I can assure you, life is a lot more difficult for some other people today than it is for me. And just always be someone that some little kid that's a Raider fan could look to and be like, man, he's going through a tough time, but man, how does he have joy like that? How can he still be a good teammate? How can he? Honestly, these are the things I'm going to teach my children.
Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. The bigger the stuff you ask God for, the greater the requirements. Now, if you don't want nothing to happen to you, quit asking for stuff.
Woo! Let's go. Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. It's good to see the fam. Cedric in the building. John, let's go. Rudge, lovely dreamers. I hope everybody is feeling good. Vibrating high. I still don't know what's going on with YouTube. I literally can't even see my face. It's blacked out, but it's all good. So I'm excited. I'm fired up, ready to go ahead and dive into another day of growth. Another day of opportunity, another day to learn, another day to go ahead and sharpen the sword, right? I don't know what's going on. YouTube's getting a little bit funky. It's all good. We're still going to get the message out. So today, fam, I got a great topic, and it's going to be diving into a little bit of what Mina actually touched on yesterday, and she gave some great examples. So I want to actually get into that on the summer of separation, how each one of us can really tap into 4 of these different segments to allow us to separate from the masses. The wasted Wednesdays, Thursdays, there's nothing wrong with that. But I believe those that stay focused, those that have tunnel vision coming into this season, this 90-day season, are going to be able to reap the benefits, reap the harvest coming in the end of 2024. So let's go ahead and get into it, fam, for today. What is a little bit of gratitude that you're feeling for this morning? What is your word for the week? What is your word for the month? Drop it down below, and let's go ahead and get this chat rocking and rolling. Here we go. Today, we're getting into a really, really good one, the summer of separation. IG, you don't want to miss this one. Yes, IG is here. Good morning, fam. Happy Thursday. We are coming towards the end of the week, the middle of the month. Time to go ahead and turn it up a notch. It's good to see everybody. So grateful for everybody tuning in. Grateful for God. Thankful for the Dream Team. So glad to have this community. You already know we've got our Kangen, staying hydrated, get in your alkaline, get in your whole foods if you can. I was looking at something earlier. It was a whole wellness series just talking about the body being able to eliminate diseases. And they were saying inside, I don't know if you guys know this, but every single cell that we have is literally, I want you to think about almost like a Navy carrier, a Navy aircraft carrier, right? With all of this power and all of this on deck. Well, that's how much firepower, that's how much energy is actually inside of one single cell. So the next time that we feel angry, the next time that we feel sad, the next time that we feel gratitude, remember that whatever side of the emotion that we're feeling, that's what's firing off of this aircraft. And the longer that we do this is why those that are feeling depressed and anxious, when that spans for too long, when disease and stress for too long, this is where disease literally happens. So there's a reason why every day without failure, some of you guys are like, why do you always talk about gratitude? Why are you guys hundreds of days in writing things that you're blessed and grateful for? Because along the way, we've learned little keys like that have absolutely changed everything. I mean, look at it today, day 667. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's blacked out on my screen, but I'm telling you, we don't miss. And this is the reason why, because what we think about, we bring about. Juice in the building, here with Jess. It's good to see you. Love it. So here we go. Let's get into it. Summer for separation. 4 different things to go ahead and get into it for today. First thing, Mina talked about yesterday, and I loved it. This was such an awesome training. Number 1 is going to be, she talked about in this part of it, is going to be to live. And what she talked about when we're getting into living is the physical part. We all talk about success. It's 90 to 90% spiritual, but we do have the physical side. We do have that 1 to 10% side, and that might be the reaching out to new individuals. The 3 P's of the business: prospect, present, promote. But even with that, take out the P word. We're a solution. We're educating. We're not salesmen with anybody. We're simply providing a solution. We're giving education. We're giving information and allowing them to make an educated decision, right? The physical part is also moving around. I don't care whether you guys, you're walking, you're running around the block, you're going to the gym, you're getting into yoga, but I believe that some type of movement every day, bar none, is one of the most important things that any single one of us can do, because Tony Robbins says it. If you think about sitting water, when it's sitting too long, out in Florida, we definitely got some crazy mosquitoes, that is for sure. But when it's sitting too long, it ends up getting stagnant, right? It gets moldy, and the same thing happens with our body. Same thing happens with our mind. Same thing happens with our actions when we end up sitting too long. So those on the 30-day challenge, I love to see it. Let me go ahead and give you your congrats. Drop some 5s down below for those on the 30-day challenge. Crucial keys right here. I see you guys getting in your push-ups, getting in your sit-ups, hitting the gym every day. This has everything to do with business, believe it or not. This has everything to do with life, believe it or not. All of these correlate. So that's going to be number 1, is live, right? Doing the physical activities, going to events. Right here's the second piece. We actually have an event. Actually, for those down in the Southwest Florida area, we have a huge event in Naples, Fort Myers, Saturday from 4 p.m. Put this on the calendar. I'm letting you guys know right now before I forget. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. in Southwest Florida. You definitely don't want to miss this one. All right, here's the next one. Okay, the second piece is going to be learn. In the summer of separation, even for myself, I'm still learning every day, getting on the Zoom calls, asking questions to some of our mentors, plugging in to the Go Lives. Learning is something where the moment that we think we know everything is the moment that I've realized we know nothing. That's why even still to this day, when I don't care who's speaking, I'm going to be taking notes. I'm going to have my notepad out, and I know that we can learn from anybody. Even from somebody on the street that doesn't even have a job. You know what you can learn from them? Some people in this business like, yo, D, I don't like rejection. It kind of bothers me when somebody tells me no. Jojo, Johnny, it's good to see you. Watch this. If you look out on the street today, as somebody that doesn't have a job, you're going to notice a couple different things. How persistent and how consistent they are. It doesn't matter how many no's they get for the day. Guess what? They're still going to keep going because they have to eat. They'll get 100 no's and then go get 101. That 102nd could be the one. But you can notice that I don't care who it is in life. We can learn things from anyone that we see. So especially with this platform, when we have those that have the success, they've developed the emotional side. They're very connected spiritually. They're doing the work every day. To be able to go ahead and learn from these individuals, this is how you cut the learning curve. What they say, taking the elevator to success, simply by just plugging in, simply by just staying around the fire and in the group chats. I say it all the time. One of the most important things for any of us to be able to do, because some people help me on the side. They're like, yo, D, I'm going through a lot, and I know what that feels like. And what's helped me out the most, one of those biggest things, is staying connected, because it's just like an iPhone. The moment that we get unplugged and that charger stays unplugged too long, what happens to the phone? Eventually, it's going to die. This is exactly what the community is. This is what the chat is. This is what the Go Live sessions are. This is what this family is all about. This is literally like your plug, your charger to stay charged up no matter what's happening in life. Some of the toughest times of my life, I've still showed up on these calls in the chat. Why? Because I still know this is what charges every single one of us. So crucial keys. Chauncey in the building. Christelle, it's good to see you. Here's the third key. You ready? For staying charged up summer of separation is going to be to love. Love is one of the most important words that we'll ever learn. Loving ourselves, loving the people around us, moving out of love in general. I don't care what happens. From losing a trade, from somebody not believing in your vision, maybe putting out a couple products that don't go our way. My mentor says it all the time. He says, what if some of the worst things in life, instead of complaining, instead of blaming, even for me, it's still interesting when he says this. He says, what if we said, I love that? So what do you mean? He said, exactly. If you get a flat tire, I love that. Why? Because who knows what could have happened at that next stoplight? You never know. Someone could have blew it and we could have ended up T-boning. I love that. There's always a lesson that we can go ahead and learn. Moving out of love. How many connections do we make today moving out of love versus moving out of scarcity or moving out of fear? Moving in love. I was talking to Raj about this the other day. I was like, you know what's interesting? We all have different archetypes, right? We have an archetype that's kind of like the lazy version, your old version of yourself. And if you were to get a visual of what this individual looks like, Raj is like, yo, my guy's 300 pounds. He sits on the couch. He's eating chips all day. He's doing absolutely nothing. But then you have the other side. Then you have one of the other archetypes. I like to call him your Jesus. And we started building that archetype. We started building that image. What does your Jesus look like? He said, well, he's very well-mannered. He said he's very clean. He said he loves to move out of love. He loves to greet people. He loves to be of service. You know what's interesting? He started going at his job from being the person who didn't really talk to anybody to now being one of the first persons to go ahead and reach out, to go ahead and shake somebody's hand, to make a new connection. An amazing thing started manifesting in his life. Manifest a new job. Now he's got more people to connect with, more individuals to go ahead and network, more to lead with love. It's funny. How a lot of things end up stemming down to this one word. When people see your social media, it's going to be one or two things. We don't need to downplay. We don't need to shit on anybody. We're just educating. We're just documenting the journey. We're just moving out of love. And those that want a piece of that, this is how you really build an organization. Give somebody a chance to go ahead and raise their hand and say, I want some of that. I want some of that love. I want some of that passion. I want some of that discipline. I want some of that time freedom. Your vibe will attract your tribe. Another thing my mentor always says. So to be an individual, to move out of love, guess what we're going to be able to attract? Those that love themselves, those that are looking to love themselves, those that are looking to go ahead and elevate in all different areas of their life. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but here's my last piece for number 3. 3 out of 4, right? Here's a cool visual. Think about just stepping out of your body for a second. And I want you to imagine looking at yourself right now from a third person's view. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but just like this glass of water, it has an energy that's circling around it. You can't see it, but I promise you it's there. This is with everything that you guys see. There's an energy that's around it, especially with humans. And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. When you go out in public today and you go to the gym, you go to work, you go out anywhere, pay attention to how you feel when you get around certain people. Pay attention. Watch. You think I'm lying? I'm going to prove it to you. When you go into work today, before you even speak and you get around somebody, you're going to be able to feel their energy. If you really tap in, you can feel their aura. You can feel them before they even speak. And if you guys don't believe me, I want to give you an amazing piece to go ahead and watch. You will never be the same after you watch this. This is not just me saying this. This is science. I'm not just giving you some hippie foo-foo right now. This is science. Okay? This has everything to do with quantum fields, right? Mass versus energy. So go ahead and take some time if you guys have some time this weekend and watch Thrive. And you'll see that every single one of us have this energy. It's like a bubble. And the more that we tap into this energy, guess what? The bigger this bubble gets. This is why somebody that's moving out of misery, that's moving out of lack, their bubble is literally filled with all of that. And there's no surprise why all of this negativity keeps getting attracted like a magnet towards this bubble. Same thing happens on the other side. The same thing happens when we're grateful, we're joyful, we're happy, we're present in the moment. We have a ball that's circulating of whatever your healing color is, whatever your charging color is. And the more we tap into it, the more we feed it, the bigger it gets and the more powerful that gets. How do you think some individuals have organizations in different cities, different states, different countries? Think about it. I have a call today with multiple individuals out in the Bahamas. How is that? It's because this energy ball is vibrating outside of the city, outside of the state, outside of the country. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, our energy starts from us, and guess how far it can touch? This is mind-blowing right here. Our energy, our thoughts go from here to the outer edges of the universe. Sounds crazy, sounds unreal, but I promise you, this is how it works. Look at Matt Rosa. Hundreds and thousands of people have been inside of his organization all over the world. How does that happen? This energy ball, this aura, okay? This is real stuff. Giving you guys the 1% hacks right here. Last but not least, the fourth key for summer of separation is going to be leave a legacy, is what Mina said. Leave a legacy. She says, isn't it interesting, can't fake the funk, right? How we can go back and we can see different pictures of when we were younger, and we can kind of see how they've molded us and shaped us into who it is that we are today. Well, think about it like this. Our future self that we are inevitably going to become is going to be shaped by what it is that we do today, by the decisions, the thoughts, the actions, the vibration that we're frequently sitting in is going to directly affect the future self that we are inevitably going to become. So it's crucial to really get focused right now, to have tunnel vision with all this noise going on, especially getting into the summer. How is it that people are having quantum leaps? How is that some are just leaping bounds? Because they're locked in. They're locked in with all four of these things. I can promise you that. They're tapped in with their body. They're living. They're hitting the gym. They're doing their daily rituals. They're doing the actions. The second piece, they're learning every day. They're plugged in. They're sharpening their sword. The example for that one is there's two individuals going out to chop a tree. They have 5 hours to get it down. The first guy spends 5 hours chopping the tree. The second guy spends 3 to 4 hours sharpening his axe. And then he goes out and he chops the tree in half the time. That's number 2 is learning. Number 3 is going to be love. Loving ourselves, moving out of love. And last but not least is going to be legacy. The legacy that you and I are going to leave is going to be dependent on the actions that we take today. So if you believe that you yourself are worthy of breaking the chains of poverty, breaking the chains of limited thinking, breaking the chains of lack inside of your family within your last name, drop some 3s down below, because I believe you and I are the ones. Truly. I really do. Really, really do. So I wake up every single day and do this. It's bigger than just myself. I'd be doing this. I'd quit doing this call a long time ago if it was just for me. It's so much bigger than you and I. And this is what leaving a legacy is all about. Jim Rohn says, plant seeds under trees that we don't even plan to sit underneath the shade. Planting seeds for those that are come after us under trees that we don't even plan to sit under. This is huge. So family, with that being said, Let's go out and leave a legacy. Any big brand, most of the time that you see, is built from somebody's last name. So let's go ahead and make our last name stand out. Let's let our last name ring, and let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. Stay tuned. We've got an amazing week ahead for the rest of these couple of days. We've got some events going down in all different cities. We have a Super Saturday coming here in Southwest Florida, and they're going to be going all over the map during the summer. So I guarantee you there's going to be events near your city. So stay tuned, stay plugged in the group chats, and let's go out and have a phenomenal rest of the day. Remember, fam, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Much love. See you guys soon, fam. Let's go out and turn these dreams to reality. It's game time. Let's get to work.